It is better to be bad than boring. I have kind of this controversial belief that you can tell how serious someone is about filmmaking based on how they respond when you ask them if they like Michael Bay movies. If someone just writes him off immediately and just says he's terrible, usually I don't take that person very seriously. I do think most of his movies are objectively bad, and yet I find myself going back to them and feeling entertained every single time I put them on. As artists, we're usually terrified of how our work comes across and making sure that it's good. We put so much of our time, soul, and effort into making something that we know we want to see. And it is the worst thing in the world to finish something that you're really proud of only to realize that it's boring. This, to me, has become the modern offense in movies, which is films that just don't grab your attention and kind of just play out rather than being actively bad. I would way rather watch Twilight than I would the new Thor movie, to be perfectly honest. No one sets out to make a bad project, but a lot of the time the problem is that we try so hard to make everybody happy that we kind of end up watering down the entire thing to where it doesn't upset anyone and it doesn't impress anyone. I feel like an attitude of, well, it doesn't suck, is a lot worse than, I know it sucks, but at least it's fun. Forgettable is failure, not cringe. The amount of cringe content that I see is rampant, but I oftentimes catch myself still engaged and watching and gleaning some form of at least entertainment value out of it at the bare minimum. My favorite analogy for this has always been related to food. Yes, Transformers is not a filet mignon, but sometimes a Big Mac is exactly what you're craving. And yes, there's no nutritional value in it, but also at the same time, sometimes you kind of just want some fast food. Cut it down, kill your darlings like they say. Strangers don't care about your kids. Follow fun. If it makes you laugh and gives you energy, then follow that idea. Watch your work not sober. See kind of what new perspectives that you can find by getting a different kind of perspective on the thing that you've made. Try ridiculous music or try different music. Changing tones oftentimes gives you a fresh perspective on what you need to do with the scene in order to keep it working, especially if you're in repair of a scene that you know is not already working. Test screen it for some friends and get some objective feedback. That will give you a really good sense on what you have at hand. A lot of the time we get so caught up in our work that we lose sight of how it's actually coming across to an audience, and just showing a couple friends will give you a good checks and balance. Even if they don't give you good feedback, just watching them watch it will help you understand how your movie is coming across. There is a lot of pretension in film, and yet some of the highest grossing movies are objectively bad. It is called the entertainment business. So long as you genuinely entertain, you've won.